Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Journey to Become Wealthy. My name is Kelvin Reed, and if you've been watching any news, then you know there is no good news for this week. Right now, the stock futures are tanking. We know today was President's Day, and that the markets were closed today, at least for the U.S. Markets were closed for the U.S., but other countries were able to trade, and they're trading based on the negative news. Ukraine and trying to invade. Russia's trying to invade Ukraine, so it's definitely getting rough. Let's Before we get too far, like and subscribe to the channel. Y'all hit the notification bell so that you get notified when I post videos. Right? All right. So the first thing we find: Ukraine Russia crisis. Stock futures tank as situations escalate. President's Day holiday in the U.S. likely provided little mental relief for traders as the situation between Russia and Ukraine intensified, sending stock futures plunging Monday evening. Y'all, Putin made some very bold statements in the news today and saying that basically Ukraine belongs to us. Ukraine is Russia and Russia is Ukraine. So, hey, basically, I'm going forward with whatever I decide to do. I'm not going to allow anyone to deter me from taking what's mine. It's basically what Putin said. Y'all know, take it with a grain of salt. I'm not here to read y'all the news, of course, but this news affects us negatively. It's going to affect us in pretty much every sector. Y'all remember I told you oil would do well. If you're like me and you drive a long distance to work, you probably already saw gas prices are going up like crazy. So, this is more than just about the stock market, right? This is about your day-to-day lives. We already know inflation was high, so prices in stores and just consumer goods was going up. Now you have this possibility for an invasion, and it could involve the U.S. and many other countries. Some very large disagreements could happen. So oil, the prices of oil today, I saw 319. That's just in Mississippi, though. I'm in the South. That's cheap, right? I've heard Florida prices $3.60 already. So I can imagine going north or west and just kind of seeing what the gas prices are like there. If any of y'all are in the north or the west, hit me in the comments. Let me know what gas prices looking like for y'all. But back to the topic, right? The U.S. holiday, along which came closed markets for trading Monday, brought several negative developments on the Ukraine-Russia front. President Vladimir Putin ordered the deployment of Russian troops to two breakaway regions of Ukraine. The move, seen by the West as a provocation, came after Putin recognized their independence. Y'all no longer independent, basically. He's saying, hey, we are one. We come from the same culture, we come from the same history, and it's time for y'all to come back home. So we know that the futures crashed bad, right? At least that's what this article's telling us. So let's take a look at it. Let's deep dive into it. So this is what we had on Monday. You guys, hopefully y'all see it here. This is what was left on Monday. So the Dow was down 0.68%. I'm sorry, on Friday, last week Friday. The Dow was down 0.68%. The S&P 500 was down 0.72%. And the NASDAQ was down 1.23%. Already big drops. Already bad drops for the stock market and the futures. But we come here and we show what they're doing live. The Dow currently down 1.51%. S&P 500 currently down 2.46%. The NASDAQ down 3.64%. Y'all, these things are getting beat down. They're getting murdered. So we can expect to experience a lot of that pain. A lot of that pain coming throughout the week, right? We can expect to see it. And I came here to kind of show y'all some prices, right? So I guess if we left off at 434, down 0.65%, and we're currently sitting at 432, maybe, right? 432, maybe, I'm not sure. This doesn't show me. The implied open is down at $514. Same thing here, and same thing here. This is the applied open prices. And I'm not sure if Webull is actually going to track it, saying that it's a holiday for us here in the U.S., but this website is tracking that. It's actually keeping up with it and letting us know, hey, how are things performing live around the country. One thing I found to be important, because we know that China is also going to be involved in this. Look at this, guys. Look at the Hang Seng. The Hang Seng is down 3.32%. Down 3.32%. That is major, right? Especially if you are involved in any of those other companies that are not U.S. invested, that are outside the U.S. So not only are we down, but China's experiencing the negative impact of it. You can pretty much look at all the world markets and see where things are beat down, and these are large numbers, right? 2%, 3%, even over 1%. That's bad. That's very bad for us, because that means everything is going to come down, and we're going to feel it. That includes, which I can show you these single stocks, but it doesn't matter, right? That includes crypto. And as I promised you guys, I've been looking at Polygon, so I'm still in the middle of some research for that, as far as it being one I want to look into, but I'm still looking into it. So look at this. We have Bitcoin down 6.72% for the day, 16% on the week, back down to this $36,000 range. If it hits that $33,000, guys, I'm gonna jump on it. Again, I know that a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt is going around, and we should probably be a little scared. Probably. Me, I'm gonna take full advantage. I hate to tell you that. I don't want to go against the grain of everybody else, and I fully expect this to take some time for us to come back, for us to make a bounce back. However, I want to take advantage of these prices, and I'm gonna be studying these. I'm gonna waiting on these to come all the way back down. I think Bitcoin should see some support, much like it did last time at around $33,000. $33,000. At that point, I'm loading up. I'm not gonna load up. Actually, I'm actually gonna buy a piece of it. I'm gonna start over like it's all over again. I'm gonna do my thirds. I'm gonna put 1/3 of whatever I want to put into here. I may consider adding another $1,000 into Bitcoin. 1/3 of that, so that's $333. I may buy $300 of this if I see that $33,000. If it comes lower than that, I'll buy another $300. If it comes lower than that, I'll buy another $300. We don't know how low these things can go. I think the expected rate is about 5 to 10%. But let's not forget, in January we were already coming down 10%, 5%. So how much more beat down can we get? That leads me to believe that maybe we have about a 5% drop left in us, but it's always possible for us to go down more. We had not seen the full potential of the bear market, that 20% range, so it's still a possibility that we can hit 10% down. If it comes 10% down, I'm definitely adding in. Ethereum, $2,500, down 6.99% for the day, 16% for the week. Very similar to Bitcoin, right? They match it, they're running mates. They're gonna do that. We see Binance. I haven't talked about this one in a while. Down 9% for the day, 14% for the week. Again, buying ranges, everything pretty much. But you guys have to be careful. Do not buy it while it's still a falling knife. We gotta find some form of comfort, some form of security. We're not trying to get at the absolute bottom, but we want to get it so close that we're not hurting when things move up or down at that point, because they're pretty flat. We want to find their resistance level. Cardano down to 82 cents, down 14% on the day, 23% on the week. Solana down 13% on the day, 19% on the week. So it took a heavy beat down this week, today alone. It lost most of everything is lost at today, 13%, only 6% over the past seven days. Terra Luna down 3% today, 11% on the week. Let's see, Dogecoin. Y'all, this is actually my average price. Dogecoin has come all the way back down to my average. If it comes down any further, I'm gonna wait for a bottom. It's actually gonna be the last thing I probably invest in. But at this price, if it goes lower than my average, I'm not losing anything, and I only have really a few $100s in here, so I'm not really losing by averaging down. I'm just preparing for that next run back up, if it makes a run up. Doge does not have very much support in it or very much news to push it up like it did originally when Elon was boosting this thing up. But hypothetically, Elon was boosting this thing up. I'm not saying he was, but you guys know. Shiba Inu down to 4 zeros and 23. All the way back down from that 4 zeros and 30, where it was actually holding the support. Down 13% for the day, 23% for the week. If it touches that 4 zeros and 20, I'm bringing my average down. I'm averaging all the way down to this joker, and I'm probably gonna load up if it hits 4 zeros and 17. But if it continues to come down, again, I'll be dollar cost averaging. So just think about everything. If you want to break it down into more than a third, so it's 4 weeks in a month, you do fourth. do fourths, right? Put 1/4 in this week, 1/4 in next week. If it continues to come down, and just so on and so forth the entire month, I'm going to continue to bring all of my averages down and everything that I own. I have not gotten into Polygon as of yet, but again, it was put on my radar. Something I want to add to my watch list. Down 13% for today, 20% for the week. And Crow.com, Crypto.com, down 10% for the day, 22% for the week. I haven't heard much movement behind it, but I do have heard that they've been doing some developing. Some things that should definitely be positive catalysts in the future. Right now, with so many negative catalysts, we're being just heavily beat down. So again, I'm gonna continue to average into these things, averaging down, bringing my average down, so that when it does make that pump up, I won't be waiting long. I'll see more gains, greater gains, that transfer of wealth that I keep mentioning. And I really hate beating the dead horse with the Ukraine and Russia issue, but that's what's driving us right now. It's driving pretty much all of our markets, whether it's stock or crypto, and we have to just be aware and pay attention to those things. Mana constantly coming down. Y'all know I told you I sold and took profits on this one last week. Buying back in for sure, buying back in because it is my metaverse play, big dog metaverse for me. And Sandbox is down here somewhere. It looks like it's getting further down the list as far as popularity, but it still has potential to be a hot metaverse play in the future, mainly because Snoop Dogg support and the amount of money that people have been spending and investing with the Sandbox coin. It's down 13% on the day and 31% on the week. As I said, I fully expect crypto and the stock market to continue to come back down, but we've been building our foundation, all right? We know that banks are still going to see some profits. We know that these blue chip companies, like the big ones on the stock heat map, those big ones are blue chip companies like Microsoft, Apple, Google, Amazon, Tesla. Those are big, large companies. So those are the companies we've been building our foundation up and preparing to actually for stuff like this, right? We've been preparing for the crash. However, not for this reason. We were preparing based on the interest rate hikes, which is still coming in the coming weeks. March 16th. Got to put that back on your radar. Got to remind you. But I think as of right now, what's driving the markets is going to be the Russia invading Ukraine issue, with interest rate hikes just kind of dwindling in the background, but still continuing to pull us down. So for me, what I'm going to be doing for sure, I've already been building on my foundation. So I'm not concerned about what I'm investing in or how low things will go. What I'm concerned about is making sure that I keep my averages so low that when these things do pop back over the next month, maybe 2 months, maybe 3 months, that I see large returns. I want to see large returns. This is one of those times where you'll see I'll be probably doing a lot more buying than I've done in the past. But again, I'll be doing it carefully. I'll be doing it very carefully. I'll be looking for resistance lines. I'll be looking for just the bottom. And it's going to be hard to find right now. But you'll see things go flat after a while. The markets will start to price these things in. You'll see the market start to go flat. Y'all see all these days where I tell you the market was pretty flat today, after coming down tremendously, and I tell you I bought something. That's how I'm going to be buying, and I'll be doing this probably weekly. Now I'll probably be buying weekly so much that I want to bring my averages down so I see those large returns, and I'll keep you guys updated on that, and I'll also try and update our spreadsheet so that you guys have some screenshots to follow. Hey, what's our new entry price? Hey, how far down do we think this is going to go? What's my average? Again, that's just for me. I can't tell you what to buy, what to hold, or to sell. Some people will be out here selling everything. They want to get out while they're safe. And hey, that's fine with me. Take your profits while you can. Definitely take profit while you can. No point in you losing everything if you haven't taken any profits out. Don't lose everything you have. If you have profits, take some profits, buy back in at the new low. Because what we'll be seeing recently, I think as of right now, many of these large companies are already at their 52-week lows. I think we'll be seeing new 52-week lows in the coming weeks. And those are the things that we need to be trying to take advantage of. So that's what I got for you guys for tonight. I thank y'all for joining me on the journey to become wealthy. Hopefully this did not deter you from investing. I want you guys to continue to do what you gotta do. Make sure you load up on your dry powder, our wealthy word of the week. And I thank y'all for joining me on the journey to become wealthy. Y'all have a good night.